It's massive tards, yeah, massive tards. TV, games, movies, and so much more.
So I'm going to be talking about The Jungle Book, not the 1967 one, this new one, the digital age one. You know, Disney's revamping all the classic Disney stories, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. I don't know what they're trying to do with my childhood. Sometimes I want them to stop, but this one, it might be the exception. Now, if you've heard or seen any of the reviews on this movie, you already know that it is good, and this is kind of just my 2 cents on the matter, because, you know, hands down, I really liked this movie. And not that it's like a touchy subject or anything to go into my nostalgia as a childhood and to recreate or remake those properties, that's fine. I just want the blueprint of the magic and wonder, you know, that Disney had to be left for the new generation. I want them to have the same experiences that I had as a kid, you know? Now, the story is about a young boy named Mowgli, who is left to fend for himself in the jungle, and he's raised by a pack of wolves. And inevitably they realize that he can't stay with them forever. You know, it's in his nature that man is evil, blah blah blah, that he'll eventually grow up to be a hunter of animals or just someone that will hurt the jungle in some kind of way. And so an adventure ensues where he tries to get back to a tribe of humans, you know, so that he can be raised like a normal child. Now, the voice acting was spot on across the board. There was an all-star cast for this one. I mean, you could tell who plays each of the characters as the voices. They don't really try to hide it, you know. Idris Elba as Shere Khan, Bill Murray as Baloo, and, you know, many others. And Mowgli, as a child actor, I think he did okay, you know. We're supposed to see the world and the jungle through his eyes, and I think that the movie really captures that well. And I talked about the magic earlier, and I really do think that Jon Favreau, who was the director of this film, he did a really good job at helming a lot of the beats that were in the original cartoon, you know, because in interviews he said that some of the standout moments would be, you know, the elephant march when he went to King Louie, him being coiled up in by Kaa and being hypnotized, that kind of thing. That is all in the movie, and there's even a couple of musical numbers. And I know I like to talk about technical stuff sometimes, but there was one thing that, like, I just was trying not to have the eye for, and that in interviews, Jon Favreau said that this would be like the most technological, you know, mass of a film. And, you know, I think every director kind of has to say that to sell their movie, to make their movie seem like it's larger than life, as it were. But the thing that you have to know is that besides the actor that plays Mowgli, none of it is really real. Everything was done on a blue screen or was done on, you know, an indoor set, which blows my mind to see how much technology has improved and has come in these last, you know, like decade. Because not only do the animals look good and are great, which of course you know that they, like, the animals are not real and they can't really talk because their mouths move or whatever, but the jungle, oh my goodness, it looks so good. And just like the landscape moments where it pulls back and you see the scenery, or we have a setup shot, it's so beautiful to look at, and you have to think that none of it is actually there, which is crazy, you know. That's how much we've come, you know. Good job, nerds that have improved technology for us. And what I liked is that there was no takeaways from the story. He didn't try to pull away or try to refabricate the story in a way that made it more realistic or gritty, or, you know, just to change it for the sake of changing it to be a different interpretation of the story that we all know. Because like I said earlier, a lot of the major beats are hit, and that's not a bad thing. So I really like this movie, and I would even probably see it another time in theater. So I'd recommend seeing The Jungle Book, you know, at your earliest convenience, and hit up that theater. And I'm giving The Jungle Book a 4 out of 5.